Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the mythical multiverse of the River Styx. It is funny because some characters can cross over and some others don't, but they all get to see the river. It'd be nice to see it while you are alive. I'm trying to grab these presents and it's very frustrating. I really love this one for me. I like both. I like both. Why should I give them? They're trying to leave alcohol. I gave one to my boyfriend and he just like to and I was like, I think this God is feels good. It's not really hard. I had crush bottle while walking in the streets in Venezuela on my neighborhood because a car was driving slow. I threatened with bottles as well because man can't handle the rage. That's for my friends when we go put makeup and we're putting cream, so we girls enjoy ourselves within the mysteries. You need some mystery to put all your things. How can you live together in a small place and always have the same faces and there is no privacy even among partners? Just to have fun. But imagine if you're just with all your characters in the multiverse. What kind of partner would you have? And people do their own content and their own things and they have their own hobbies, but some of us just do what we do 24/7. I have a normal job to keep my connection with reality and keep the human touch. It's very important. So I pick places that are international, even places on purpose I have studied where the international new immigrants come to London. So I've studied that for 3 years, 2 years and a half, in order to target the sources where suicidal bombers get to happen, because in a moment of despair you can go to a first world country, but seeing how everybody lives can be if you're coming from places where you've been raised to hate others because of who you are. So, well, I feel by what I feel that partially the Middle East in general wants to support its own people. So that's how they get to evolve. They have problems with slavery, um, mega constructions that just lead to more slavery. But imagine all the money you produce just putting on human consciousness, right? In the free world, of course, we have people like Donald Trump, which have over exceed the limitations of freedom to test all the flavors and sides and ages, which sort of like, okay, I feel from the other side, Putin coming to, like, he feels sorry for Trump and say, okay, I'm gonna give a peace deal because I can't fight you anymore. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't fight you. I feel so sorry for you. And the Chinese leader, supreme leader of the of China, like, I'll give you Taiwan. I just don't want to see this anymore. Let's do this. But let's keep fighting. Let's keep fighting. I actually like the war. I like the war. I really like the war. I like my people fighting for me. My entity, what we represent as China. I will sincerely teach people how to work with their systems and their devices so they don't mix if the war of technology and their industries continue. It all comes down to who is investing on the highest technology. So everybody eventually gets there, but they are behind, right? So it doesn't matter how many robots you do or how much you intend to create. If you don't have people that have enough budget to buy it or to be qualified to prepare ahead how the air is going to be do you really want all these machines in the air? So to premeditate it is better to travel through Earth on certain locations through green energy, leave the sky clear. You might have cities where they choose to have circuits of travel in the air. That would be some cities. So these regulations start ahead. It will be better than to stop them later. You think wisely when you are clear of who you are, what you represent, and what is your war for. The people of Ukraine are too hurt, so the pride of Europe investing on defense is also a pride that's hurt. When you are the attacker, you feel like you're winning because you're attacking. Attacking. It's like I'm tickling you. Yes, so I feel better. You might be laughing, but you feel really bad. This is a scarf from the clan of the Stewards. So I want the influencers to steward, to allow the rain flow through the currency of a money that is universal. So suddenly it would be like, oh, Nick Fuentes. I think Nick Fuentes is a really cool name as well. He's like the naughty kid of the class and the youngest generation as well. So the influencers can welcome him as well, including Jordan Peterson. Don't think everyone loves everyone, but we are who we are. So that's already a sense of affinity in common, and to support someone to take the lead could be Candace Owens as well, but she's now on investigation. This is not to make people compete to be number one. But I like the dynamic between Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens and Ian Carroll. It's good to talk about generational themes because we own a lot to the new generation to dance, to enjoy nature, to allow this money to rotate through them so they can travel through green energy and promote and talk and learn from other cultures and get to pick a place and why. So the other countries that are left over in war, as Ukraine is in peace and Israel, well, atomic bomb to Israel, so we continue and let's never talked again. I mean, all of them, just blow them all up. The Christians, the Jews, and the Arabs. Just forget about it. Really, forget about it. They cannot forget about it. Let them fight. Let them fight. But the thing is that we Christians cannot leave people. I cross the street. If there's a problem. We have not all Christians are like that, but I'm alive thanks to being in a Christian world. If there is no compassion and mercy, if there is no thinking of others who are vulnerable, of course I've sent all my money to my kids. This year I didn't send it to the orphanage in Africa because I feel very guilty for my kids. And in the situation I am, I feel profoundly hurt. I had to debate to see my mother. I had to send the kids more money. I already sent them money. They are teenagers, and that's an age you like more the money or whatever you want to think about, who you are, what you like. So I just love the idea that I would just send them monthly to see if they're gonna buy a computer eventually. I hope to know they're buying it. That's the only thing I can do is to recover my kids. I need like 1 month that's sort of like straight, but to think that I will have a miracle to have money to recover my kids, like, whoa. My husband had a car accident, but the stories of him talking like Jesus, talking as Mohammed, he said he was Alexander the Great, he was all these lives, and he's the avatar, son of God. So I just maintain him, and when I listen to him, he's like a role player, you know, he's in character. So sometimes we need to define, look, we are in 20 this year, people don't think like that now. I mean, that's why Jesus was crucified. Like, if you really think about it, what's the need? Yeah. So I don't think that was really the idea. So if there was heaven on earth, as everybody was cheering up with women like Magdalene and drinking wine and philosophizing, because where did they make the money to just talk and go around? People giving, yeah, people feeling spiritual beauty around that's beyond physical attraction. So, and through the physical. So without the tragedy, Jesus wouldn't have been fought for throughout Christianity, and every person that fought for freedom and mercy and compassion and transformation. So I really feel that there are so many talented people. Listening to Russell Brand saying this might be the last time I am here in the Turning Point. Jordan Peterson is incredibly, at some point there is not forgiveness but understanding of the thematic. So when you start to have a lot of power and followers, you think to own it all. Yeah, so you know, I just want my babies. My mama, be nice to just put the shelves and help influencers if I could, just to see their character and just look at them, keep looking. I'm in silence with my mother and just appreciate her memory in my mind and my gratefulness as I am observing there is nothingness where she is going. Is here my mama. It's nothingness where she's going. So I'm just meditating on what is to lose your memory, what is to be present, and she had a great life. So when you had a great life, as she would say, every memory of yourself is built with the joy and generosity and space that welcomes others as well. So yeah, it'd be nice Joe Rogan invites Nick Fuentes. So there's a tone for each place or each platform, of course. It's not nice to teach men to hate women on that level, because then you will think, you will have to think that you need to pick up a stupid woman, right? That's what I meant yesterday without saying it straight. Stupid, beautiful woman who would kill you because it resents your power and she doesn't love herself enough to love you as an equal. Will kill you and just keep her pretty face gaslighting everyone. yeah, that's what's happening. Yes, there's nothing to hide under the light. Yes, and everybody just clapping. Yeah. So women are quite woman elemental. What is loyalty, right? If you're gonna divorce a man or separate from a man, but you're threatening this man all its life, if you divorce, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna destroy you. Then that's the. But if you're also plotting in a divorce and being afraid, that's called paranoia. Based on reality, can exaggerate for that to happen. Watch out. Your brothers, because you have this other part of the brain that has a notion with others. Yes, it has a notion. A notion is not intuition that you know from the unknown. There's a notion of a form of intelligence between two people one-on-one. There's an understanding of this calculus based on the present time. You can go play by 3. You can play by 4. You can play with, there are many dynamics to play with your form of intelligence as the entity itself within all the groups. So I want influencers to start talking already about the technological mob. They want more corruption and bullshit. So I could scream my lungs for it, really, and bring it out from the underworld. Like, you really think that that something so mythical can become a legend in real life? So it's not believable. You can't believe on what is not fact. But should I give you all the evidence? Like, you really want to know? You can paint your nose in red. You can be a clown or Rudolph, the reindeer, and just push with all the reindeer so Santa Claus gives his gifts to the world. I don't know if he was really drunk or why he had the red nose. I love Rudolph. It's a character that I really love because he's like the favorite one, but that is the loyalty you build along the years. When I watch Rogan say, yeah, I like Trump, but it's kind of fishy, you know, or sort of like that. I don't know what words he said. I like that he sticks to his reality and he's honest. When Russell says these words and goes in his knees to ask for forgiveness and redemption, he's not asking to forgive Trump. I can forgive Trump in the past. That the problem is the world going to forgive him to make world peace. So there has been a very dramatic and violent with the tariffs. So of course India is going to be resented, and China, and they're going to unite more with Russia only because of the tariffs for money. But when they look at their people, they don't. Do you care about your people? So this is the exchange of consciousness as well. America as well is going to ruin itself by the lack of production that's coming from the sales marketing from India and China. And they're also going to move through, it's already moving through the freedom of expression. Is it really freedom of expression? In UK we have freedom of expression, but if you start to scream words of hatefulness towards a person or a race, yes, you can go to jail. You can kill someone just by bullying a person or shooting these words. So I could put so many people in jail just because, but I don't have time right now for that. I don't have time for that. In the long term, you could share your part as you consider. Trump, you're never gonna get any land, Greenland, nothing, or Canadian or Mexican or South America. You can gain the world if you move into a higher dimension and help other places from around the world who also need attention, and we need to see the points. You might be taking over if you don't do it, because the influencers are going to ask to see the money of the government in the world, because you might never show it or want to go to that direction because you're corrupted as fuck. I mean, you're fucked up. That's the general picture. It doesn't matter how loyal your people are around you promoting you and believing they're superior because they have this technology, and that the rest of the world can get their own technology as well as you retract. See the game board that's to be played for in behalf. You can only win if you take care. So I want the percentage to United Kingdom, and for United Kingdom, so it's for the world, not for the Commonwealth, because they're nice and gentle. Is in the middle of the world as to try to to, I mean, they're the only people here in this earth that have some gentleness and soft power and are diligent and are straight and would risk it all to make it happen for them themselves as one, because they have this kingship. The Spanish kings had problems, so they were not technologically advanced to trust in a technological map. I sent a letter to the Prince of Spain, who was king in Madrid, but so he lost that chance. The thing is that you never know who is who, so I need my protection in the United Kingdom, that's sure. I had to say, just send it here so I feel protected. Hell no, I'm not gonna get out of here. So I don't want any spies from America or from the very Britain to take me out of here. I'm not interested. I'm not going to go anywhere. So you don't want to send it to me? Send it to the core. You have to know how to play your cards well. You can have it all if you want. But look down what you've done. Would the world forgive you? Would the world learn what's to be Christian? As we forgive you as well. Let's not say what you've done. So it could be graceful, could be grateful. Now look at your own fucking raw darkness and having consciousness where you're gonna end up, put in, or where you can end up. So there are only two possibilities: war or peace. I've promised myself from an unknown afterlife that I will help you only if you stop this war, because this was your idea, with a lot of clamor from the people to free from corruption. But you're also corrupted as fuck. And you said only through war, just so you can be a good warrior, but yeah, it brings a reason to effect. So there is this is a dark psychology, all right? It's so dark, it's not legal for the people. And yes, we're all people, but I mean, in general, it's just for people that study psychiatry, people that are international therapists, people that study that and then just keep moving the pages. They never work this. It's sort of illegal to forgive the perpetrator and to honor the perpetrator, to free him from its own misuse of power, is to say thank you for what you have done, as dark it's been, because you have initiated me, and I am aware now to honor you in a form of, it's not forgiveness, it's to honor the perpetrator, because you have been initiated through this, but you are so aware that you don't need to do that. So it's sort of like it is not an act of falsehood. As for those to honor their mother and father, and they put them in their knees, and sometimes they put them in the floor flat to surrender, because the arrogance of the victim or the child who has not grown up is as monstrous as the perpetrator. That goes also to the European community who feels perpetrated, and together as noble and But deep inside, they are as fucked, pushing for a war that nobody wants to invest in destruction. You might feel right, but at the same time, you're going to the wrong direction. And it is good to invest and prepare case scenario. Putin is leading. He will lead if we're going to peace, or is going to auto-destroy. By not answering to a peace deal, he's saying, no, I want peace. Yes. Words and action in one. Stopping this dissociation with your people and a schizophrenic relation with leaders of the world, because you have so much split personality as a spy. And this is not a leader that's leading, because he's never been raised to be a leader. He didn't even fight to have his position of power. So he comes from the rats. And yeah, I see myself as a mice or a little rat. But I've studied as a little rat. Yes, study, been prepared to see all the character traits. So yes, ideas are many. There might be more talented people that have more ideas. You have to scratch their skull in the deserts to find them. They will be educated, but have a mind of their own. And they might have better ideas than I. Of course, if you have a technological ID for all the people of Ukraine, and the land has been taken from Ukraine, from Russia, and they have access to Europe and Russia. And Russia and NATO can start to rebel. Now Putin is going to have to lead with the aristocracy he hates so much. It's very resented. You know, you go and sit down with the queen and see how much opulence is there. You see the castles you have were built from the emperors of Russia, not you. That happens to Trump as well. Yeah, you know, he was a great hall to dance balls. Bigger hall to present it. A bigger boat. It's all wrong. It's gone out of proportion. The petrol of Venezuela is not yours. So when you tell to the American people that petrol now is cheaper because you stole all these two boats, it's not like people are, yeah, when they put the gasoline there, it's like it's been stolen. Doesn't matter what you tell to people. People are not stupid. So the majority of people love to pay, but when they know it's been stolen, it's sort of like, well, it's not like, yeah, we have cheap petrol. They might love you and have voted for you, but they're thinking, where are we heading to? Is it really worth it? So they don't know even want to say yes or no. Looking at the both aspects, the values, how distorted the truth is being. So peace can come from the help of all the leaders from around the world to forgive Trump. Not just its people. Of course, there's people who will support him because they have the position to do it. Very loyal. If they wouldn't be there, they would be talking the truth. And then think they're going to talk about it in the future. Yes, because when I was there, this happened and that. But right now, they might want peace and have place in the balance. It is more important than a third world war. Third world world. Oh gosh, my dyslexia is like these two words. The words of war in the world. War is cool. Just move it to an intellectual level. Dance with it till you have a last breath. And if you can live within a last breath, it's better, because you're living as if it is the last day of your life and you're being total. You're being total. But I trust more in people like Joe Rogan that speak. They're independent people, right? They're independent people. Sometimes being honest is not good. For example, if I tell you that if you forgive something but then you forget, like if it never happened, like Jordan Peterson telling all the Americans that America's first, as if all this collision of the best hackers from around the world doesn't come from me, who I just happen to be a resident. I'm not even I don't even have an ID in UK. So stick it or leave it. I have 2 passports, because I have more. Because the system have not been. I am lucky that my past is out of records. I am lucky that God has always let me be. It has given me transcendence as well in difficult paths that are against what I would wish. So this is the best place. So the economics role with benevolence and productivity throughout Europe, and Russia can recover. It does not have to look as a loser. NATO can invest the money that they have now in the recovery of Ukraine and protecting. So they can also protect influencers as well. They can protect what happens is that influencers could be killed. Some influencers, if they go to certain countries, even if they look from the same culture, but they have been immigrants in Europe or America, but they are the same culture of the country they're going. They can be killed because people will love you because they're from their culture. They won't kill you, but they might kill you because you have more money or are higher class, and that's a lot of hatred to digest. And some people feel too superior without compassion and mercy. It's difficult. You will want to give to your family first, and it takes years for people to understand that just reporting in the map what is needed and what is what, you can have credit and you can return the credit with transparency. So this is an exercise, and it's not that the military's they're gonna be bodyguards, but when you see it in the map, I mean, you have to see the areas in the world that are more delicate and dangerous. So in that regard, NATO needs to be with the military surrounding it, and also the countries of Russia and China to protect their own influencers. So this is another form of war through creativity. It's not that you're converting people to Christianity or Muslimism. I mean, what are your influencers gonna say? Yeah, what if people have to choose, right? They have to also evolve, right? Hey, you wanna be trapped forever? There is beauty in every religion. But they don't want to dance and move their pelvis and do the shimmy. So every religion can get very corrupted with a Christian character trait that takes you beyond those resentments. So castrating woman is castrating yourself. Your woman will become ugly after he's married, and that's an unconscious revenge to become fat and ugly. And then you have also ugly men who will rather want to be with a child. So if you see the cycle of ugliness and unconsciousness, it will turn more or less into that direction again and again. Think for your people and your collective. You can have many wives, but if the rest of your population is sick and ugly in general, just look at it. Just would you marry them? So there is a split, personality split within that entity. I mean, I really love massage as well. I love massage as well as Epstein. That was my card. That was my card. I painted it. That was my card. I don't want to go to America again. That was my, I'm not gonna show my social security number. Yeah, like that, right? Like that? That was my card. Oh, there's my name. That was it. Yeah, that was me. How you do that? In New York City. There we go. Like that. Temporary. Smart ass. Oh, yeah. I think I'm an angel. Angels are very manipulative. As well as demons are. That's in Venezuela. Is built with the earth itself. This beautiful. There's so much architecture you can talk about for a mansion into a village. That's really cool. That you could places they have floats that can build up and try to reconstruct something that can last forever instead of having to reconstruct again. And at least once in a year to think about it or take care. The conclusion is that corrupted people are never going to show their rings of corruption. So it is time to surrender and let go. For the first time in history. So it's a collective consciousness to acquire as we let go. Yeah? So you have that position. Thank you. You have that position. I'm watching everywhere. I mean, it's to be legendary. Every clip around the world. Every clip around the world. You have your possession and your money. But what's going through government is going to remain for the people and its entity. Like that. One day, all these influencers going to go around the world picking 3 places to visit and stop in their church or temple or whatever spiritual place there is to see if they like it after having talked about it for 1-3 years online about these 3 places they pick, more or less. You could be well defined of for one per place you would like a mansion into a village to have this money rotate through your system and convert with a universal coin. So America first, because it has the tech titans. Now the tech titans are also in a war, that they are united. Why did Elon Musk put himself apart? Because Bill Gates is trying to play against other parts. Do you want me to tell you all the stories behind the scenes? I don't want more hackers. Yeah, just hacking systems. Do you want to? I'm not gonna tell you about all the, like, when you see. I don't need more hackers. I've done wars against hackers actually, because how can you tell? And you are moving ahead. That's the point. So you're moving ahead, but what if you already come from the head and you are just coming down to the body and saying, hey, let's move out to our heads, beyond our heads. So just have another general view. You let your vision outrage you if necessarily. It's never going to go through a corrupted people. So thank you to the perpetrators. Thank you. You want to fight more? You want to use this wisdom and knowledge and use it against moi? Maybe you like anal sex. You like to be fucked. Do you really want to be fucked? So they have planned to give the Epstein files little by little to entertain you while you talk about these things. Like if it is there but it's not there, but you still believe in justice, but justice wants to prove. So who are these judges that are giving? You have to note them all down. And how much money are they getting from this? Are their children having properties? Some places from around the world? Some people love to be fucked. That's the play of perverts. Fuck you, fuck me, I'm gonna fuck you, yeah, fuck me. So when you understand the fucked up system that likes to be fucked and being fucked up, playing fuck fuck you all, gonna fuck you more while you entertain with those little fucks. Go to the source, because you are part of the source. You have the potential to lead your generation without them. There are people above that will support you. I know this. Well, how do I know you? You want me to tell you how I know this? Oh. Well, at least you can collaborate with me as well. I give you, you let it flow. Also, I like to be with my family. I like to have them around me and see them, just to see them, touch them, touch them, maybe buy dresses to my daughter, have my books for the multiverse. Of course, I would love to share of the multiverse for Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk if Bill Gates stops these cookies. So we can cut the cake. But if you want war, but has Elon Musk shaken hands with United Nations and what his cryptomania? Because for him, his followers in X is his army. Yeah. But are you really gonna go against the world and United Nations, everything you fought through all your lives? To have the support of the world? That's the point. You don't believe in kings because you've always fought for them and they never recognized you throughout all your life. Such a good warrior of gods. Yes, she'll teach you how to be polite and just wait, because you are polite. But the power trip of killing and dying, so a deal of 3. Hello? Yes. It's not that I'm gonna bow to you. I'm still the tech, no king. But I would like to lead this up to the stars. There is a problem with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Prince Harry should be deported, so there is equality in the world where Spanish people will feel great to be deported because Prince Harry has been deported as well. What is the problem is that they are going to the left, and even gay people are saying, from MAGA to Meghan, Meghan is going to be the president of the United States of America. They are buying this story of being the left. The royal family love the left and the right. They love everything. They want everything. They're fine with everyone. So, that's what the kingdom is about, right? You just put it on perspective. You are a king of a kingdom. You are being raised to have more. But you also believe that God is in between you and the people, and you are there in the middle, sort of like mingling it out. What are you gonna do now? You question yourselves. I want to play with the people. I don't want to be seen with the people. So there are kings in Africa as well. I like to feel their people that are as king in the United States of America. You can put your own your own adjective or title, what makes you feel transparent that you are between God and humanity as divine. Some people feel like that after sex, but that's more of a private. Was when you are in a prayer and you pray so much, you just. And how can you talk to the people with the words of this divinity? Yeah, how can you just be there and see the beauty of humanity through the eyes of God? But still, why aren't you talking about this? Because you gotta continue with the content that makes you have your followers. So if, keep the reign of the theme, but you are having an answer. That's why the people are gonna fight for you. So we can see the money of the government through a technological map. That'd be a nice startup with Nick Fuentes, Rogan. He's honest to keep that, and his voice doesn't feel. His voice is more liberated. He's not under pressure because he was the first person talking about things no one would. Of course, his voice was pressured. He feels more reliable with himself, monitoring himself. And I like that. And people love him. He loves people. I'm not like that. I'm like, get out of here. I'll never see you again. Blocked. But do people respect me as a woman? No. It's like, yeah, I'm intelligent, but I don't want to take care of you. I'm not going to take care of you. I'm not your mama. I am not your nanny. So yeah, I don't know what to do. What to do for New Year. So I should give the bottles away. It's just so cute. I mean, really nice to have a fight with your boyfriend. Just really wish to hit them with this too. So you can see it coming. He didn't love me, which makes it better. There you go. It's just, they look beautiful as decoration. They're for the dogs to throw it, you know. So I like to have dogs. He wants cats, but I like big dogs. I would like a house, like Rottweilers. I like big dogs, San Bernards. I like dogs you can look at them like they are lions, and they are just free as well to come in and out. Cats I like, but I'm allergic, so you can just cut anything in the wall, and so they can get in and out. And there is the heat is parallel. If it goes through the wall, doesn't enter really. If you have the cat slides through. I like animals to have their freedom to a certain extent. So I mean, I will have my dogs running after the deers in the Windsor Gardens. I don't know. I'll be free to just run. Nothing more beautiful than seeing them run, because they love to run. I've seen myself with my husband in the future talking about our animals. We have many, small and big, and we just talk about them. And our kids are grown up already. It's fun, having fun. You need to talk about some, but not your children, because your children have infinite time to explore who they are, who they want to be, because they following your psychosis. So that's what parents, they put it on you. So you are what. And each generation has its own trend and decadence from what the other one has given. So we need discos to be open 24. People just go out in the sunrise. And by law, they don't use the cameras in the concerts as well. So people can dance once again. By law. And the drug addicts are taken to an island, only one, where they cannot get out in 5 years. And the working meditation. Don't talk about your past. It's been corrupted. Who wants to go there and dig into the pain? You need 3 days of therapy. That's good enough. At least every year. It took me 2 years to understand dynamic meditation. I couldn't get in touch with my hatefulness because I was too well educated. So there is a bigger split. Is a big disassociation for what you love, for whom you are, because you've been modeled to be this machine of perfection. So there is a great disassociation. That's why my mother would say, rich people are so boring. I cannot have a party with them. They're so boring to be with. If you really want to have fun, the upper rich are just flat, boring. They can only trust their money and what they're going for. The rest is just theater to be played. A building reality in virtual reality also has to be real. You have to feel it in first person. That's why it's so important in virtual reality to be played in first person. It is not you. It is a form of intelligence for its own. So, will there be peace among the tech titans as well? Do you want the rules, the full rules of virtual reality to be given? It's not the metaverse, but the omniverse, the multiverse. I think Omni, the Bishop Byron. I don't talk with the Pope. I don't listen much to the Pope. I do listen sometimes, yes. I feel is new to me and is entering very transparent without saying much, just being there. Byron, the Bishop Byron, I've been listening through these years, so I follow him even in imagination, just like, oh well. But Bishop Byron, Robert Byron was speaking about the omni of God. All the omni, like so, yeah. We can just talk about what is it for the multiverse with Mark Zuckerberg. He's invested a lot and he likes that. Elon Musk also likes, but he's orientated to think that they're just gonna do movies and film with artificial intelligence in X, and he might be resented because he's not a role player. He just writes for his own in first person and computes for other people to follow as he supports himself as well. And that's his program. And it's very hard to move away from it, or that somebody else comes with a new science is intimidating. So I would just invite to do dynamic meditation and go crazy and dance at the end. Yeah, to let it go. I would do that every morning before we just talk, because there is too much tension from the past or where you want to be. Just to be present to talk about virtual reality. Of course, I will need a male savior. Woman savior, I am. What other woman is there to not rival each other? But if you really like kill your husband, you are no good woman to me. One thing is to castrate them, another thing is to kill. So it's like, I don't want to castrate a husband. Not that I would say it's better to kill him. So you get the point. My mother was creative because my father supported her, and she would never be a free woman without my father. And she always said that thanks to, by his name, or when talking to us, thanks to your father, me and my sister, Carolina Barbara. So all these are times of silence to see what the next year is going to be. So I'm going to do a word of the week. I'm just going to spend the last 5 days writing words for mapping and money, all this money. I mean, the books have these words and the synonymous. Write all these words for the word of the week for the next 2 years, or just paint abstract. Because if I think, if I'm gonna die tomorrow, I would just like to be painting abstract, doing poetry in my space, being with my children and my mother, and thanking my father in my mind. If I could, in reality, of course I would. And say thanks to the man that I have loved, that I'm not with them, so I can just dance. I never like to dance for men or women. I've always jumped with the people. As a go-go dancer, which is jump. There's a wave, disappear dancing there. All this look at me dancing, when everyone deserves to dance, not just look at you. So allow people to dance and celebrate their currency. Let it rain, let it shower, let it run through your poros, through your fingers, everything you touch that turns to gold, that your words are gold. It's good you take the piece out of each other. That's why I like Nick Fuentes. Do I really care? Of course I care. Not that I'm going to slave him into the what he thinks women are. You have your issues, bring them out. It's fun, makes people laugh at you. But everyone is very smart. Eventually Candace would join if she wants to, or Ian Carroll. This is your generation, so you know. it's good to be married and be truly in love and support each other. For those who have the climax, hallelujah. You know, hallelujah. For me, it's like being with an egocentric man. I would just look at my father and say, I'll never have a man like you. Like, so boring. Having to listen to all this political bullshit. I was always against politics, listening to my father, who will have the last word. I mean, I never have a man like you, really. Like, never. Never. I look at men that are like that and just like that. Nada. So violence and the testosterone can move through all your characteristics when you are beyond control, because you have already played it and perform it with repetitive pleasure throughout your studies, investigation, and confrontations, formations, and letting go of this information is going beyond reason. So you're touching higher umbrals of perception that gather you together. But you know your audience and you know what you're being part of. And who is having the lead is the one who is always bringing it to the light ahead of the times. That's how the rules of role play are into virtual reality, to some extent, also in the real world. And that's what the tendency goes to. That's the real trend. That people are being part of this fight. So they are not just watching a few, they are also part of a fight where they feel involved to see the currency of the money from the governments. So, get more greedy about it just to see it, and all the people pointing what's needed in the world. That only peace. One day government might make peace with the people and stop taking from them. That was really cool, that interview with, and this, you have the best with Piers Morgan and Tucker Carlson to learn from as well, as you make your own style. So they took this guy from away, and I don't want to call names right now. It is true what he said, that all these people have to fight to get some place and stop being themselves, or stop going for what's rightful, and it's all corrupted. So democracy is more than the power that our ancestors have created and fought for. This is just a moment in life where everything is revealed. You know who is your people, you know who is your team, even if they turn faces and go around. Turn around the subjects of reality 360 degrees from every angle. You are hugging reality itself and being objective, just to make your generation to see no more corruption, no more murders from the state so they keep their seats, no more threats. I want to die in peace, and no one needs to be sacrificed for any pick. In the contrary. So please, Have mercy for your perpetrators. Forgive them. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything you have done. It's saying thank you to your own past, not just as an individual, but also as a collective. Thank you, because this is the only place you can let go of it. It's not a forgiveness, but you're touching beyond the arrogance of that pain. If you need to kill a cancer, you have to remove it, right? So, but there are other methods where it does not metastasize and kills the whole body. So there is no third world that has metastasized. The tension is here, is there, and it needs a massage around. It needs a lot of water to flow and let go of it, to be part of the body. Yeah. So these are also psychological and conversational movements where you have the reins of the body. And that's what wins every conversation, every war, by the elements of power and the spirit to fight for. So the best prevails. Putin, I can help you. I gave my word from afterlife to help you. To know how to destroy. So feel the destruction as the other ones as well. You are united by this pain and auto-destruction and war. You are united by this pride that wants to convince the energy that you take from your people to invest in this war, to auto-destroy out the other one. Be aware of where all this pain is being invested, and be aware of a good outcome so you're alive and die in peace. Be aware, be patient to see it come through you as well. Remember to please God and man. Kind. Remember, every second you're redirecting or directing towards the wall, or redirecting towards the wall through death. As with you, as with others. Bye. Peace.